Welcome. Welcome to another great episode of Transformed and Renewed. And I'm excited because y'all have been showing me some love, and I appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of comments about some of the videos, the shorts, and even from these sessions, and the feedback is wonderful. So I do want to thank you for sharing the feedback because I do appreciate it, and it keeps me motivated, keeps me going, so that I can keep delivering to you some amazing content. So if this is your first time joining, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, or even follow button, depending on which platform you're using, because I do want to keep you up to date with some of the amazing content, again, that I will be sharing with you. So make sure you follow us at Robody1212. Make sure you hit that like or subscribe button. And that way you can stay up to date with some of the content because, again, we have been growing. And again, it's been the feedback that y'all have been giving me. So, I appreciate that. And hey, hey, to my moms right there. Hey, how y'all doing? As y'all are coming in, hope y'all are enjoying this episode. So tonight, just want to come brief with you with the topic, and I figured that it would be important because I do like to always, understand what, you know, would be some valuable information versus me just sharing information. But I really like to understand what information you can actually use and that you actually find helpful in your day-to-day life. So we're going to be going over some terms, and I call these like the two nutritional terms that, I think are pretty popular. And I want to try to break these down in a short amount of time. But I do want you to, one, become aware of these terms and then also make some wise food decisions because sometimes when we don't understand what certain words are or the terminology, we may end up assuming that it means one thing without really taking a deeper dive and saying, okay, this is what it actually means. So I want to do my part in at least exposing you to these terms and then also providing you with some additional information. So, two terms that I find to be common that people talk about, especially when I see different videos, promoting different foods, and that would be antioxidants and phytochemicals. Antioxidants is one word, and then phytochemicals. So, as I was researching, I know that there have been questions about are they the same because, they pretty much have similar behaviors, and I will say there is some similarity, but there are some differences. So I'm going to start with the antioxidant. What are antioxidants? Well, antioxidants, the way I define it, and it's similar to what a lot of textbooks and even experts have defined it as, is pretty much a substance that mitigates or eliminates free radicals. And free radicals, the way I like to break it down is loose. When you think about the word free or just, you know, under no restriction, then radical, I'm looking for damage. And so you put those together, a substance that is free, loose, and looking for damage. And one thing to note is that the body does, have free radicals. So every person has a level of free radicals in their body. The thing is, you always want to make sure that you have a level, antioxidant level, and then free radical. And I know you have two different types of free radicals, which is the reactive oxygen species, and then you also have the reactive nitrogen species. Most what people typically exhibit would be the ROS, which is the reactive oxygen species. Anyway, when you have free radicals in your body, these can pretty much start to proliferate. And so you may notice whenever your body is off balance, stress, lack of sleep, not eating proper foods, and you just feel out of balance. And even when you think about different forms of diseases or cancers, they are likely related to free radical level amplifying. And so what we want to do is when it comes to the antioxidants is really bring that level up. Now you may say, how do I really bring the antioxidant level up. And again, also, what do they do? So, with the antioxidants, you do have them in the form of vitamins. And so, when you think about vitamins A, E, even minerals, these are antioxidants. You know, just for example, when you think about vitamin A, this can help to protect your cellular membrane, and even it can also help with inflammation. I had to look at my chart, but it can help with inflammation. And then when you look at other vitamins and minerals, they can also help protect, against free radical activity, or they can act as scavengers, which pretty much go about in saying, okay, if I see you, Mr. Free Radical, body slam, real talk. So that's pretty much how some of these vitamins and minerals function. Now, that's not to say that when you think of phytochemicals, they are not antioxidants, because they do, because carotenoids, which are a class of phytochemicals, are actually contained within antioxidants. So, to answer that question, are antioxidants and phytochemicals the same? Not necessarily, but phytochemicals do act as antioxidants, and they can be antioxidants. However, they are not vitamins. With phytochemicals, they are actually naturally occurring in plant foods. So when you think about fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, yes, legumes, they are naturally occurring in these products. So thinking about phytochemicals, like I said, carotenoids, when you think about color, orange, red, carrots, your red bell peppers or orange bell peppers, even your tomatoes. These are based on the color, and then because they have these vibrant colors, they pretty much contain compounds that can actually help protect certain organs, or even um, just defeat different cancerous cells that may be in the body. So it's important to really know these terms. And like I said, because you are more aware of antioxidants and phytochemicals, and one thing I will say about phytochemicals is that they contain an array of subclasses underneath them. And the same for antioxidants, because you have many vitamins and minerals. And so a lot of people may say, well, what is one food, or this is one question that I've seen often, is what is one food that I should go to that pretty much, is antioxidant, is it act as an antioxidant, anti-cancerous, anti-tumorous, um, all these things. And one thing that I will say is you want to diversify. The way I like to look at it is you never like to focus on a key player, because most people would say, well, or some of the videos that I've seen is that people would say, oh, you should do the seaweed, or you should do bananas or pine, or this particular food product is what you should live off of 24/7. And I'm not gonna make that claim, just because I'm not gonna limit myself to just that one particular food. When you think about these classes that I just described, that means that not every food is going to contain the same level. Now, that's one thing I do want to point out is not every food, yes, it may contain antioxidants and phytochemicals in different classes, but you also have to realize that the numbers do vary. And what does that mean? That means that, let's say, if a person has cancer, there may be certain foods that they may need to eat more of, because of the bioavailability of that particular food is known to have a higher content compared to another food. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't just focus on that one food. It just means that you can eat a combination of both, because they can work together. So that's how I like to look at it as, instead of me focusing on one key player, let me focus on this all-star lineup, so that way I can really diversify. Okay. And so again, when it comes to the antioxidant, that is going to be the substance, again, that pretty much eliminates or mitigates free radical activity, to ensure that free radicals are not overruling your body. Because when free radicals start to proliferate in the body, then you will really start to notice some changes. And it's not for the better, it's actually for the worse. And so you want to make sure that you're consuming foods such as fruits, vegetables, high in antioxidant activity, to ensure that you're keeping your body healthy and functional. Then again, going to phytochemicals, again, these have an array classes within them. And again, they are compounds that are naturally occurring in the plant food. So again, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, these are going to be the ones that may contain a vibrant color. So from red, orange, yellow, purple, green, blue, even, or even a dark brown. Last week I had a Japanese sweet potato, and on the outside is actually purple, has a purple skin, and on the inside is actually kind of, it's not white, but it has an off-white color, and it also has a subtle sweet flavor to it. So that's an example of really expanding or diversifying. Again, some red bell peppers, wild blueberries. You want to get an array of foods because these are going to help your body, especially when you're trying to live a long, healthier life, or just live a healthy life in general. You want to get the foods that are really going to support those body processes. So again, that is a very short version, and I'm not going to tell you that that is the full the full story, because there's actually a ton of information on each of these, the antioxidants and phytochemicals, in textbooks. They have even done just books solely on antioxidants and phytochemicals. So again, I just wanted to give you the cliff notes on what both terms are. But again, these are just like the high level overview of it. But if you do want to look more into it, I do encourage you to look at the content on antioxidant antioxidants and phytochemicals. And what I would do is I actually insert some links, some article links, that I actually read through, because I like to read and I like to really understand, has the literature changed? Because one thing I will say is when it comes to research, the literature can change with times, but for the most part, this has been consistent. Okay, so this is what I wanted to bring it to you. And again, that's pretty much all I have. I want to really give you just some terms. Don't want to overwhelm you or overload you, but terms to keep in mind is antioxidants and phytochemicals. So the next time you are in the grocery store, you're shopping, you're trying to build your list, and you're saying, okay, I really need to diversify my foods. Think of color, okay? And then think of, okay, let me get perhaps some leafy greens, some starches, but let me think about zucchini, squash, that type of starch, sweet potatoes. These are foods that I'm telling you, you do not want to overlook because they contain some amazing compounds. Okay. I'm telling you, I actually eat this. So it's good for you people. But make sure that you don't just limit yourself to that one key player, but really expand and diversify. Okay. So if you enjoyed this content, again, make sure that you show us some love. Drop us a heart, emoji, like whatever. And make sure that you like, follow us at Robody1212. Again, I'm excited, and because y'all have been showing some love to me. And again, I'm just gonna keep giving you the content, sharing it with you, and we are just going to have some fun. How about that? And before I jump off, next week, you don't want to miss. I got a special guest. So you want to make sure that you attend that. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. And this is going to be very educational, fun as always. So we're going to switch things up a little bit, but I do want you to join because we got a special guest, okay? So make sure you join. And if you ask some questions, you just got to attend, okay? I can't tell you too much, but you just got to attend because we got a special guest, okay? So with that, I am ending this, and if you have any questions, make sure you hit us up at Robody1212. I'll be happy to provide you with more information, but until then, hope that you enjoy your day, morning, evening, wherever you are. Talk to you later.